Reverend Billy Graham, the most widely heard Christian evangelist in history, has died at the age of 99.
America's pastor, as he was dubbed, had suffered from cancer, pneumonia, and other ailments. He died at his home in North Carolina. Reverend Graham reached multitudes around the globe through public appearances and his pioneering use of media. He's credited with bringing the born-again movement into the American mainstream. By his final crusade in 2015, he had preached in person to more than 210 million people worldwide. I'm Natasha Brown talked with a local pastor whose own ministry was greatly influenced by Reverend Graham. Natasha.
Well, good evening to you, Yuki. People all around the country and around the world are mourning the loss of Reverend Billy Graham right now. His crusades touched millions of lives around the world, also impacted a local minister right here in Philadelphia.
My heart was saddened to hear of the homegoing, the graduation to glory of the Reverend Dr. Billy Graham.
For Pastor K. Marshall Williams Sr., it feels like he's lost a friend and spiritual mentor. The passing of Pastor Billy Graham hits home. Pastor Williams has followed Graham's teaching since he was just a teenager. I used to listen to him on television. I attended one of his crusades. Pastor Williams distinctly remembers hosting the My Hope Initiative a few years ago at his church, Nazarene Baptist on Cheltenham Avenue. The evangelistic video program features powerful messages from Billy Graham meant to inspire and spread the gospel. His message of hope, non-condemning, but message of hope that inspired millions all over the land. Graham, who preached to an estimated 215 million in 185 countries around the world during his lifetime, was also known for his stance during the desegregation movement, fighting for equality both inside and outside of the church. Pastor Williams recalls an example from the late 50s where Graham demanded a crusade that divided blacks and whites be inclusive of everyone. He said, "We're not going to have no segregated crusades here." Billy came down out of the pulpit and took the rope down so that he would never have a crusade where men and women, black, white, red, or green, would be separated. Pastor Williams sees Reverend Graham's legacy as a gentle man of faith who practiced what he preached. They need to see authenticity, that the message that we preach and teach, they can see it in our everyday lives. Well, Billy Graham served as a counselor or minister to several U.S. presidents. President Trump, meantime, reacted to the Reverend's passing on Twitter, saying, quote, "The great Billy Graham is dead. There was nobody like him. He will be missed by Christians and all religions. A very special man." Also, former President Barack Obama tweeted this: "Billy Graham was a humble servant who prayed for so many and who with wisdom and grace gave hope and guidance to generations of Americans." That is the very latest for now. Live in the Sat Center, Natasha Brown, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.